Reiki Level 1 and what it entails and what it is. And ultimately, we know that Reiki is universal life force energy. As I like to say, it's universal love force. And it is a means and modality in which to receive, store, and transmit that love. Level 1 is all about you learning how to give back to yourself. Learning how to connect with that divine higher wisdom, with the love and light of the universe, and how to consciously allow the body, vehicle, to be the means through which, the conductor, the conduit through which it channels through. And also that you begin to learn how to be a facilitator of this energy, a practitioner of this energy with yourself. Love is an elixir, is a catalyst that will create alchemy in your body. This level 1 will activate the spin state of the atomic structures in this life, the physical aspects of your being in this third dimension. It will act as a catalyst to speed up your vibration, to speed up the frequency, the spin state, the actual spin state that the atomic structures that make you up are spinning at. And this happens through the ceremony of the attunement, the initiation, whereby you will receive the choku-rei into your crystalline tube, that tube that houses the spine, the chakras. You will receive the level 1 into this tube and also into the palms of your hands in your attunement ceremony. That choku-rei, as it enters the tube, will begin to spin. It'll begin to activate and interact with your body, with your mind, with your spirit. It is always gentle and it is always appropriate. It is very rare that an individual will have some kind of a breakdown with level 1. Once in a blue moon, it'll happen when someone will have some kind of a nervous breakdown, a freak out, because they're ready to, and they've asked for it on some higher level. But it doesn't have to be that, and it very rarely is. For the most part, it is a very, very gentle exchange of information, exchange of energy that puts the power in your hands to heal your life on every single level. That symbol, the choku-rei, as it sits, as it spins in that crystalline tube, will begin to interact with all those parts of self that have collected in darkness, in shadow, in shame, in fear, in grief, in pain. And it'll begin to bring love there. It'll begin to bring light there. Reiki works for the highest good of all. There is never a force of will. It is never going to remove anything from your physical or energetic body components that is not ready to be left from you. It's always going to work in harmony with your highest good, with where you're at, mind and body, so that you can have a smooth, beautiful path of transmutation and healing. Now, this doesn't mean there won't be days that you might feel a little low, and other days you might feel high, and other days you might feel a little drunk or stoned, because as that toxic debris becomes illumined and gently loosened and dispelled through your laying on of hands, those toxins come to surface, energetically and physically. So it's a time to take extra care, drink more water, even more water, more juicing, eat even healthier, get even more rest, and more than anything, the true initiation is laying hands on yourself. This is the true alchemy. This is the true placing of love here. The symbol will be placed in your palms. It will be placed in the Sushumna, the crystalline tube, and it'll activate, it'll spin, it'll tick over on its own, yet it's up to the individual with their daily practice of laying hands on that will activate the spin state of that Choku Ray in alignment with where you're at and how deep you're ready to heal at any given time, at any given day, or any given time that you're guided to sit and lay hands. As the crystalline tube clears the tar body, the toxic energetic components that have been built up, that have, as I say, get caked in, baked in, as those energetic shadow aspects begin to dispel and dissolve and gently lift off energetically, and gently, almost like chelation, almost like it gently releases through the body. So we drink a lot of water, we eat good food so we can dispel it, eliminate it through the physical. We might be emotional, dispelling through the feelings. We might become even more aware of habitual patterns of thought and mind that can be recalibrated in more of a positive spin, so that we learn how to support ourselves, mind and mouth, as we journey on this path. Every time you lay hands on, you're calibrating the Choku Ray in your system. And as you do that, all tar, all toxic, fear-based energies that are ready to leave will lift off. They will simply, gently lift off and be transmuted instantly into love, into light. This Reiki is all about the transmutation, the transformation of dark to light. And really, your perfect hologram, your perfect blueprint, your healthy perfection, mind and body already is. And when we lay hands on, when we draw our symbol in our mind's eye, when we learn to place Reiki in the salad we're making, draw the symbol on a contract or a beautiful written piece that you're guided to write, draw the symbol in the dog food, whatever it might be, as you begin to really learn and just play, gently and appropriately, as you're guided with the symbol and with that Reiki energy, it'll create that quickening within you that will release the darkness, revealing only what is light, only what is love. And because it moves in tandem with where you're at and how much you're ready, if you're ready to let go of a huge chunk of darkness, of a huge chunk of pain that you've been carrying around, and it's ready to go, and you know it, the Reiki knows it, your higher self knows it, it could happen that you could be in your flow and doing your hands-on healing, and you might just feel like, whoa, I just lost 10 pounds of energy, of stuff that I've been carrying around. Recently, I think we were both there, my mother did that meditation at the library, and she had us carry the backpack and go on a walk, and at one point I think we opened the backpack and we looked in it, and we had an opportunity in the meditation to sort of take something out and let it go. And I remember when I looked in my backpack, I had a huge rock, and it must have weighed 10 pounds, and I thought, my gosh, I've been carrying around this huge stone. And it had no meaning. I looked at it and I just kind of talked to it, and I was like, what are you? Who are you? And it's like, I'm just a chunk of stuff that you've been carrying around, and I'm completely unnecessary. It was just the weight of the world. And in that meditation, I thanked it and I blessed it and I let it go, and my load was lighter. And that's just a metaphor for how our Reiki works. It just helps to remove that darkness, dispel that darkness, so that we are more in tune with what is light, what is love, what is really ultimately the truth. And it allows us to very gently do that dance as we come into more and more light, with ease and with grace, so that we can truly vibrate as that. So we've heard of law of attraction. We are moving from law of attraction to law of vibration. Because we are not just attracting love. No, we are vibrating as love. We are learning to vibrate as love. We are learning to vibrate as light. And we're learning that it's okay and that it's safe to do that in this world. And it's a challenge because the world will constantly tell us to be afraid and to judge and to separate. And Reiki is a modality, is a means, as there are so many others as well, that help us create union, help us experience union. As above, so below. The initiation is love, is placing love through that hands-on healing of self. In level 1, the first chakra is attuned, is deeply stimulated and activated. And that energy, when one chakra is activated, it does have an effect on the other chakras as well. And so whatever other aspects, other chakras within you are ready to become calibrated in perfect alignment with where that root chakra is ready to go for you and your healing, they will. That said, it is specifically about healing earthly fears, about healing all those parts of us, past, present, and what we think is the future, really what we thought was the past. All those parts of mind. It helps us to place love there and recalibrate our thoughts, our feelings about it, so that where there has been fear, we can be in love. Even as we think in our memory mind, thinking back to the past, we can see ourselves in love. We can see others in love. We can think of memories and rethink them, reimagine them in love. And what will happen is all those parts of ourselves that have learned through the past how to be disconnected from our bodies, how to be disconnected from Mother Earth, all those disconnections will gently be dissolved and erased. And the true connection that has always been there will be left to resonate. Your ability to feel that you truly belong in your body, that you truly belong on this planet, that there is a purpose for you. And even if you can't figure that out, it doesn't matter. Ultimately, it is that you are love, and just remembering and just really allowing that to be is number one. And what comes from that organically, naturally, through you as a personality, as a being given a name in this lifetime, will shine through the vehicle of yourself. Dispelling fear in that first chakra is what this level 1 will assist with. Deep healing on the physical being. Level 1 is specific to healing the physical body. When you get into level 2, you're talking about healing the mind and the emotional aspects of the body. And so on. We do level 3 and perhaps master later, but with level 1 specifically, we're learning to place love through the hands, through our consciousness, into the body, and be present, be an observer, and be that channel, that conscious participant of placing love. This said, sometimes old ailments will come to rise, those things that have been niggling at us, or even more recent physical maladies may get worse before they get better. And I know you shared a little bit about that earlier. And this is the way the world works, although it doesn't have to. We allow constantly, we allow spontaneous, absolute miraculous healing. Though we are unattached from things having to show up in that way, we absolutely allow divine space in the highest light for that to be. So all quantum aspects are possible, yet we allow ourselves to be unattached from things needing to show up in a certain way. As we say, we give it over to love, we give it over to God, whatever that is for you, to the Buddha, to the Christ consciousness, to whatever the source, the universe, to that higher wisdom that is rooted in love. We give our bodies to that, we give our minds, our word, our experiences to that. And we learn to trust it. We learn to trust it, and that's the initiation. But ultimately, these physical ailments, sure, sometimes they might get a little worse before they get better. But that's so that we can clear out not only the physical healing of a knee or a joint or a back or something, but because this Reiki is getting to the root, the memory, the energetic components, right? Not just the muscular or the ligament or the sprain in the ankle or whatever it might be. It's working multidimensionally. And our Reiki constantly reminds us that we are multidimensional beings. We are not just a body, right? We are spirit. We are mind. And through our mind, we create the emotions that we get to experience in this life. As we place hands and we learn to become a disciple, learn to develop a discipline, just like with our meditation or our yoga, we learn to lay those hands every day, laying those hands. It's that practice, ultimately, that will tell you more than I ever can, or more than any book you will ever read can. Your personal practice with Reiki will give you more on your personal path than you'll find outside of yourself.